Hello again, everyone. Back again with the rest of the league after a couple of days break, also in the middle. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. Last one we went 1-2 from what I remember. Yeah. Uh, Lost a close one to elves. Got completely destroyed by something. Yeah, DNT and one against Alarin. But let's jump straight into this one. Yep, it's starting now. And would I like to play first? Yes. Thank you very much. Double Mox Diamond isn't great. Liliana turn 2 is pretty decent. And a Sylvan Scrying isn't the worst. Liliana gives us the ability to actually get rid of the Mox Diamond, so this might be good enough. What would I get, though? I don't know exactly what to fetch. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a very proactive hand. I'm probably going to keep it and go a bit slower and see how it goes. Yeah, so I'll probably do that. Play that. Um, Play my fetch line. I'm just wondering. Yeah, even if Stifle is around, it doesn't really matter, I think, here for us. So I'm not playing the Subtle Scrying. I'm keeping it. I'll see what they do. Um, they're going to do exactly what we're doing. How interesting. They might get Thoughtseize now. Oh, Bird of Paradise. Okay. It's Ross 03. So this we can kill using our Liliana. Um, I'm going to get a Swamp. It's a bit more safe. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'll play my Mox Diamond. What do I get rid of now? Maybe Marburg. I don't think it's that important. I'll play that, and I'm definitely going to go for killing their thing. I think that definitely works for us. Keep the board clear. Avoid a 3-drop, and then go from there. Now we actually need to draw something decent in order to be able to use our Liliana well. Something to kill one of their creatures, maybe. Well, now we could get a Wasteland. So they play Thalia. So if we get something to kill Thalia, that would be great. And then follow it up with Wasteland, maybe. Sylvan Library, okay. So that's not bad. At least that gets us, somewhere. Yeah, at least that gets us somewhere. I was expecting, so this looks like a form of Maverick. I wasn't expecting exactly that, but let's see. They have to attack Liliana next turn, of course. But it all depends. Like if they play, for example, next turn, they could play Skyclave. That would be pretty good. Skyclave is an excellent card, actually. I think it's even underplayed. Although it's played in like Maverick. Not all Maverick builds play. I guess it's double white. Maybe that's a bit tough to get to. But I think it's even underplayed in D&T. Some people aren't playing like. I think they should be playing 3 or 4 copies, honestly. Okay, yeah, has to kill Liliana. That makes complete sense. Play the land, and let's see if it comes true. Crossali Pride Mage. they got the solution. They got the solution to that. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so we can play our fetch land, Sylvan Scrying, Cabal Pit, kill Thalia. That's one way to do it, which might not be bad. Yeah, that could be a thing. That could be a thing. That kills Thalia. It gives us a nice clean board. The other thing that it does is that if we draw anything that starts recurring lands. Then we have our Cabal Pit. We're kind of really nice. Yeah, yeah, I could do that. So yeah, this will go to the graveyard. I'm not gonna have enough, right? So maybe I pass like this and do a double draw at the end of the turn, and then hope to kind of get some combination of something good. Okay, Wasteland. Noble, that's okay. Okay. Hmm. Let's think about this now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that and see what happens. Vampire Hexmage. Not great. Not great. Obviously, Vampire Hexmages can actually block what they have, so it's not the worst draw I've ever made. And its Skyclave has come to ruin our day. Yeah, that's a good card. So this is a form of Maverick, right? Which we should be okay against, really. Maybe I started a bit too aggressively there. We should be against the form of Maverick. We should be decentish against. We drew our Cabal Pit naturally, which is absolutely excellent. And what we can do is, unfortunately, we can't go for our double. Yeah, we can't go for a double kill. We could get a Skyclave Apparition, or we could aim to kill Thalia and then deploy Hexmage next turn. Uh, yeah, unfortunately, I can't do this one. I guess what else would I fetch with Sylvan Scrying? Because I'm not actually used to playing with Sylvan Scrying. I think black mana, they have it only for Kaya and Plague Engineer, which is irrelevant. Wasteland is decent. I'm just gonna go for this. I can now block them. They can't attack with Skyclave. They have to play swords, which they might have, actually. Yeah, they do have that. So maybe keeping it for the combo wouldn't have been very realistic here. But yeah. So they do 4 damage. Not much different than what we would have gone with before. The problem is I don't have any sweepers in the main, so it's really an uphill battle. But we're going to try to do something with that. And they seem to know that I don't have any sweepers, so that's pretty bad. Okay. Now this is a card. This is a card and a half that could work for us. Yeah, I've never cast this before, so it should be pretty funny. Starting next turn, we can start hitting things, I guess, or doing something. They're definitely going to hit the Cabal Pit, which is correct. I feel like, yeah, this didn't go to plan. They're going to get a Caracas. Oh yeah, Caracas, of course. Yeah, that's a bad thing about this. It's susceptible to Caracas, right? So we get that back to hand, and they hit us for 4. And we've lost the Cabal Pit also, so that was a big misplay. Yeah, I'm not used to, well, having creatures and having legendary creatures, except for Marit Lage, of course. So, Smallpox. Well, I think Smallpox doesn't really do anything here. I think we've lost this one. Let's save some time, go to the next one. They're quite ahead on time. What we will do, though, is they have a lot of X ones. Well, maybe not that many, but I think this is really reasonable, bringing these two in. Lost Legacy, I'm not like completely against it, just because if I name Knight or Skyclave, that's not that bad against them. This probably hits maybe their one of Sylvan Library, it hits their Thalias, it hits their uh, Birds of Paradise and their Knight of the Reliquary and not Knight of the Reliquary, Bird of Paradise or Noble Hierarch. Yeah, so I don't think Trinisphere or Chalice is going to do much against this deck. I think these top threats probably do something as long as they can't fetch Caracas. Um, Sorcerer's Spyglass on Knight of the Reliquary might be okay. Um, do I bring in the additional Golgari Charm or do I bring in the Sorcerer's Spyglass? I mean, the Knight, even as a beater, is not too bad, right? But I have Abrupt Decays, I have Smallpoxes, I have Liliana of the Veil, I have ways to deal with it. Um, but Jukabug is probably not that good. And the last consideration is, do they run Stoneforge Mystic, which, based on what we saw, and this Black Splash, it seems unlikely. Although, why would they run Kosali Pride Mage? I guess it has Exalted. Yeah, so maybe putting in these three is reasonable. Duress is irrelevant. Lost Legacy is kind of interesting still. Is the thing is that if you draw it a bit late, it's not that great of a top deck. Should I put in the last Golgari Charm? Hmm. No, I think I'll keep it like this. I think I'll keep it like this. They have a lot of things that are two toughness. They have quite a few. Yeah. I'll play first. Um, I'll I'll probably keep this and go for him into something else. Yeah. Yeah, and then just 2 for 1 them. Uh, should I go? I'll go forest into him. I think that would be interesting. Yeah. And then they'll probably wasteland this, but maybe I can get to another land until then. Or if I draw smallpox, that's pretty good also. And I can hit their like one, whatever it is, their one draw. Yeah, they play birds, so this isn't birds is always scary. Okay. Do I actually play Golgari Charm here, or do I wait like for a Thalia next turn or something like that? Um, they always say bolt the bird always. Do not even consider not bolting the bird. um, there must be a reason why they say it always. um, so what could come next turn that would be really annoying? Athalia would be pretty annoying because I couldn't answer that. Whereas with Golgari Charm, it would be absolutely perfect. But a 3-drop would be, what would the 3-drop be? A knight? That's not that concerning right now, but I actually can't answer it anyways. But I could wipe the board and then try to answer with Liliana. Wipe the board end of turn, answer with Liliana. So I think I've convinced myself to him, when in doubt him. I'm going to hit either the lands or the knight, if there's a knight there. And let's see. Okay, I hit the knight. I hit a noble. I would have liked them to keep the noble actually, so they could play it out, and then I could kind of hit them. But that's fine. Okay. And the fact that they're fetching is probably not good news for us. It's probably a 3-drop. It could be Kaya. It could be knight. No, it's another knight. So they had double knight. Yeah, I mean, that could happen. Okay, I'm just drawing hymns for days. Okay. So I could set up a end of turn Golgari Charm followed by Liliana next turn. Now, does that answer, like if they deploy another threat, we're kind of in trouble. And the problem is we didn't really hit any threats from their hand. So yeah, let's see. Let's see how it goes. They could go double waste and we lose the game. Yeah, and they have another land, so we probably lost this one. Oh no, they can go single waste, right? Yeah, yeah. So one single wasteland on Bayou, right? Yeah, okay, okay. I mean, I always have the Sylvan. Oh no, on that one. Okay, that's interesting. Um, hmm, this is interesting because we can always. Yeah, they can waste us, but hmm. I guess what what would our game plan be here? Um, we want to get Liliana down, but only if it actually kills the knight. And if we had another turn, that would be great. We don't have another turn right now. Like wastelanding them is probably not a great idea. I wish I could play Sylvan's Crying Guard Charm so I can get my land and then be able to play Liliana the turn after. I don't think that's going to be possible. Hmm. So we're kind of in a weird situation. Kind of in a weird situation. What I can do is hope to top deck a black sword, well, another Orborg actually, because they're probably going to hit the Orborg. It's going to be unlikely though. So I kind of find myself in a situation where I'm thinking, it's probably not going to work out here, but I wonder what the play is. I could go full aggressive, kill Birds of Paradise, kill the Bayou, then they wasteland me, and then I just hope that I draw. Basically, I hope that I draw another any kind of land because I still would scrying for Orborg. And if they don't draw any other land, then I just play my Liliana the turn after. So maybe, you know what, I'm going to try this. It's extremely aggressive, but I think I've got the. Do I have the 3 turns? Because the next turn, oh, they can't attack me if they decide to hit the land, so they can't attack that way. Okay, yeah, let's see if this works out. If they play another creature, though, we're kind of toast. But the thing is, they won't have green mana, so they probably can't play another creature. What happens if they have Scrib Ranger in their hand? I mean, that's a one of, right? Okay, I'm not gonna believe in the one of. No, they don't have any one ofs in their hand. Yeah, no one ofs in their hand. I have to draw any kind of land. Um, yeah, any land will do. As long as they, they could waste. I mean, okay. Okay, my calculations are off. Okay, any land is still decent, I'm going to say. But that wasn't the top tick that I wanted to see. They might have had it in their hand, actually, so. Yikes. Okay, that definitely wasn't a top tick. So, yeah, I think this has gone south. Basically, we can't draw land and something to kill the knight. And we can concede, I believe, unless they don't attack. But let's just see the attack. Yeah, we can concede here. Yeah, I got myself in a weird position there. I'm not sure how. That was a really quick and very bad loss, I have to say. And I'm not sure what exactly went wrong. I was a bit aggressive with Liliana game one and killed the bird, and then I didn't have anything to follow it up. I just didn't draw anything. And they had the answer to the Sylvan library, right? So I drew the Sylvan. That was pretty good. And then in game two, I went for the ultra aggressive play where they could have used Wasteland, but they wouldn't have attacked with Knight if they hadn't drawn that Wasteland, or if the one card in their hand or the top deck wasn't Wasteland. And given that they already had played a Wasteland, Then any land drawn from me over the next 2 turns would have meant a Liliana comes down, and um, with the well, I guess with the planes that they had, they couldn't have played a 1 drop. I don't think they run Mother of Runes, but like in that particular version, like normally they would. So I think that could have done something. I could have, on the other hand, gone with Sylvan Scrying and gotten a swamp, and maybe that would have worked a bit better. At least that would have kept me on the mana. But let's see. So yeah, that didn't go very well. That didn't go very well. I won this die roll, so I'll go first. Um, yeah, I'm not sure about this hand. I find like all these new cards that I put in Vampire Hexmage or Polykranos, I don't want to see them in the opening hand. I'd rather those be smallpox or hymns or other things. I guess this is technically, yeah. I mean, I can cast the spells in my hand, right? And I'll probably draw something. This isn't very tight play. This is me fooling around here, but let's see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to start with Nurturing Peatland, I think. I could go for Vampire Hexmage and just say, hey, I'm Depths, and then they don't expect a Wasteland. um, because it's probably in Turbo Depths only like a one of, or maybe not. Um, I could just go Nurturing Peatland and leave it at that. I think I'll just go that and see how that goes. If I draw one more land, I can go Polychronos turn 3, which might be something against some of these decks. Once Upon a Time. So that to me means Eldrazi or I don't know what else. But I wonder what they grab with it. They can get a creature or land. It's pretty good. Cloudpost. Okay. 2 wastelands against Cloudpost. I'm not going to complain about that. I'm also not going to complain about that because of the Abrupt Decay in my hand. um, yeah. Okay. So now they're going to be worried if they play another. The interesting thing about this play is that if they play another Pithing Needle, they're naming Vampire Hexmage or Thespian Stage or something like that, right? Well, Vampire Hexmage probably. So my Wasteland, my Abrupt Decay into Wasteland can work. This is like a whole ruse that I'm building here, pretending to be Depths. Okay, Outpost comes into play tapped. We don't mind that. Expedition Map comes into play. Okay. Okay. So I guess we Abrupt Decay the Pithing Needle, hit the Cloud Post, play that, and then we hope to draw one more land to deploy our big threat, right? The Expedition Map I think is relevant. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hit them for 2. And let's see, do they have the mana even to do anything? They have a forest. That's not a lot of mana. And they get a land or with Expedition Map, or is it something else? Green Sun for 1, right? Well, if I get a land, I'm definitely going for my big threat and hoping to kill them. Chalice on 1. That's not actually bad against them. It's a bit unfortunate that now I can't kill it immediately. but I think I'm going to play the Chalice on one. They probably have many more one drops than me. Do I attack? Yeah, I will attack. They only have one land. That seems fair. I don't think they can do anything with that. Do they attack? No. Do they have another land? Maze of Ith. Okay. That's a land, which is also swamp, which I can kill. Expedition map, Chalice. Okay. They probably didn't see that, or there's some kind of play that I don't understand. But I'm going to say they didn't see that. Okay, Thespian stage for me, which is pretty good. And then this buddy comes down, which they probably have Caracas for, which is a bit annoying, as always. But they have to get rid of one of their lands to get Caracas, right? So that's not my worst trade in the world. And it comes into play tapped, right? Yeah. So for them, they have to get Caracas now at the end. I can, of course, I think attack again. They only have one. They need three. They need three. So that should be fine. But that reclaimer is pretty annoying, and they have to answer this one, or else if I untap, they get hit. Okay, they do that. And they get Cloudpost. That's interesting because I didn't expect that. Because I'm going to kill their reverse reclaimer now, unless they have something very weird going on. Yeah, I'm gonna use this. I've never used it before. I'm gonna lose some life, but I think that's okay. And I'm not gonna play my. I wonder what the play is. Because I don't. Well, I clearly don't understand what the play is, but. Oh, they probably still they probably have crop rotation, but giving them 4, 5, 6 mana, right? So that's Primeval Titan, which is a bit concerning. So, crop rotation, they can't cast it? Okay, so let's hit that immediately. Okay. And they've tapped that, so I can at least attack them for something. Attack them for something. That's something. A Caracas off the top, not actually fetching it. Okay, that's. Yeah, they can bounce. I mean, that's fine. Oh, they can maze with that and bounce that. Or not bounce that. Okay. They're probably afraid of some kind of Depsy thing. And correctly so, as we can see. Yeah, I'm going to draw some. Primeval and Elvish Reclaimer. Um, okay. Thespian Sage. They have another Titan. Yeah, they have another Titan. This is not going well again. Hmm. Yeah, I need to draw a card and then get something to answer that Titan ASAP. I wonder what it's going to be. They don't have that much life, I have to say. And if I get something that, like a Liliana off the top, then they're left at 1 life. So, or I could draw the, the 3 most useless cards in my deck. That could also happen. Okay. And it attacks. Oh, this is like Uro, but better. Okay. So now we're kind of in crisis management situation. We're facing a load of trouble. We can hit the Caracas and make 2020 the turn after, but they can probably fetch. Yeah, they can probably get a Nemrical at the end of that, or they attack once. They'll be able to make so much mana the next turn. So we're going to be in trouble. So maybe the Eye of Ugin, hitting the Eye of Ugin and going from there is the right play. And we'll have to wait for another Wasteland. They can't attack us, I think. Oh, they can because they have Caracas and Maze of Ith. We seem to have snookered ourselves here. And we had a pretty good thing going, I feel. So this we definitely don't need. I guess Wasteland, there are 2 things that I could look at doing. One, destroy the Eye of Ugin and hope that's the best. But then they just attack again. If I destroy the Caracas, can they actually attack is the question. They'll have to use Maze of Ith. I might have a 2020, but they can always Maze of Ith a 2020. So I think they're ahead here either way. So I think I'm paying the 4 life, unfortunately. I'm down to like 2 attacks from them. I'm going to copy that. um, I think I'm going to. Do I let them tutor up what they're looking for? Because they only have 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, and plus the 2 that they get. Okay. 9, 10. So they can get Ulamog and play it next turn if they get 2 Cloud Posts, right? So 2 Cloud Posts get them 8 mana. If they copy 1 more, they get, from the 2, they would get 10 mana. -2 for my Mugen. No, they can't actually do that. They can't actually do that. So maybe going for a 2020 next turn is the right way to do it. So maybe I can pass here. Or maybe I haven't calculated anything correctly and I'm going to get egg on my face. Egg on my face. Yeah, I don't think they can fetch and cast anything of relevance for next turn. Is this any colorless creature? Ballista. Ballista's good. Ballista kills me because unless I block. It says trample, but if I block and sack, does that work? Um, Ballista can still kill me. So maybe, but how much does this need? This needs 7, right? So I don't think they have enough money to do both of the things. I think I can block with my one creature. I think I can kill Caracas. Maybe they can pump the Ballista and kill me the turn after. I'm a bit confused here. I'm a bit confused, I'm not going to lie. But if they can't actually fetch anything, then maybe I can. Yeah, if they can't actually fetch anything, they can probably now trample over and kill me, right? But I could always draw something into something. Okay, I've gone with this. I have to say that this is not like I actually don't know what the correct play is. Um, I'm not going to attack. Um, if they attack me, I can hit them on the crockback, and then a smallpox kills them, right? So maybe they don't attack me. No, I mean, what other goodies do they have in their deck to? If I take 8 damage, can they actually kill me now? What other goodies do they have in their deck is the question. Because I can get a 20/20 next turn. They only have one Caracas, and then I at least block the Primeval Titan if needed. But I don't need to block. I need to, yeah, I need to wasteland and yeah, okay. I'm not blocking. I'm calling the bluff. And then if they get like, I'm not sure what they get that does direct damage. I don't even know if they can get a creature out of that, but they can blank my creatures. Um, they can get a lot of mana and just top deck, I don't know, the worst Emrakul or, a bunch of things, but it's only 1 or 2 draws. They have a lot of 1-drops that are useless. Once Upon a Time would be super scary here, not gonna lie. And yeah, that way they could just kill me. Yeah, Primeval Titan is like Uro, but I think it's a bit more balanced because it's 6 mana, it's not 4 mana. Yeah, they cast that. They got me. I've used a lot of my time though, which is pretty bad. They get some life. Um, okay. They can copy Caracas, right? So here we go. That's the move. That's the move. They have an attack though, so oh no, they have attacked, right? And they have untapped. Yeah. Did they? Why did I have a declare blockers if they did it too early, right? It seems to me like they did it way too early. Yeah, they should have removed it from combat like somewhere at a different point. So that gives me another turn, which is really gracious of them. Um, it's this Mox Diamond again. Um, I don't think I can draw any more cards because I'm going to die. But Sylvan Scrying is something. Um, so here I can threaten a 20/20. Um, get something with Sylvan Scrying, which I'm not sure what it would be actually. I don't even know. I'm not even sure what's in my deck. Um, no, there's pretty much nothing. I'm going to say there's nothing. Okay, so I'm going to go for my initial plan. No, the initial plan was Oh, they let that go through, which is interesting. And yeah, I've used way too much time here, I feel. Um, but if they don't have anything in their hand, next turn I can win. Because I make a 20-20 end of turn. And then they have 2 Maze of Iths. Okay. Oh, maybe I should copy a Maze of Ith. These realizations, and should have played a Mox Diamond, copied a Maze of Ith, and gone from there, right? Yeah, these realizations are starting to. Okay. They're going to get more land. I've wasted a lot of time, actually, just thinking about things. Yeah, maybe I am a slow player. Like I'm starting to realize this, or maybe it is the talking to a mic and explaining everything rather than just doing things without second guessing or without thinking about things too much. Maybe I should go more with do the thing and then talk about it, or something like that. They can get more thespian stages. Did they actually have that many thespian stages then? I mean, how many do they have? Two, three? Um, because if I can play Wasteland, copy, hit Maze of Ith, they could copy Forest, I guess, if they keep it up. Um, yeah. Okay. More mana. That's what they're missing. Not sure about that, but let's see. They have enough mana definitely to cast Emrakul or the worst of the worst and to kill us. They're, did I pass? Oh, that was weird. I thought I thought I clicked in the second part of the attack, where you play spells in the attack, but I clicked on the block one. So now I'm really close to death, and I've got a real issue. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what the game plan is here. I think the game plan is stay back, wasteland them slowly, hope they don't draw anything, which is what we're gonna do. Oh, I think that was wrong actually. Oh, they have another Thespian Sage. They're copying that. So I think this saves me for one extra turn. Okay. Although it keeps getting them land, so they have how many copies of they have two more copies of Maze of Ith. This is turning into Maze of Ith. I should have gotten rid of that Maze of Ith a lot sooner. I thought the Caracas was the priority, which I guess it was. They would have just copied Caracas here, but they can't have multiple Caracases. But we try to kill one, they copy the other one. It's kind of normal. Okay, let's try not to skip this one and block them. I mean, I don't think I'm getting less happy about this match as the time goes on. They've hit our 4 wastelands. Okay, we can see the game. Yeah. Oh wow, they got us here, and I thought we were doing okay. Well, we were doing okay until Primeval Titan hit, and then we were doing really badly. I'm going to bring in Lost Legacy. I like it. I don't think Trinisphere is that realistic here. Sorcerer's Spyglass for what, though, is the question. I'm not exactly sure about what it would be good against. It can hit Caracas. It can hit Mazavith. I'm starting to convince myself right there. Those two are good enough. Life from the Lone Crucible, they're decent. My big threats are decent. Probably Abrupt Decay actually is decent. But Juka Bog, it does something. It does something. Um, hmm, yeah, I think this one isn't that great. Well, as general, like having cast the card and played it here, maybe it was this specific situation, but I don't feel that happy about it. And they do have a lot. I have to beware that they run Thespian Stage and crop rotation, and they could actually get me with a 2020, which would be really funny. Not that funny, but yeah, it would be interesting. Um, yeah, if I had Sorcerer's Spyglass on Mazavith or Caracas, that would have been great. That would have been great, but I did not, and they got me. Hmm. I don't know what to remove. Probably I'll remove Pajukabog or play with 62 cards. um, this is gonna be a. This is probably gonna be a slow one, so I'll just go with this. Um, I'll play first. Um, Loam in the opening hand. Then we get Sylvan Library. Then we can get a Wasteland. Then we can Wasteland the Loam. Um, I think there's probably a better hand, right? I think there's a better hand than this. We can get Wasteland. We can get um, something off of this, and we do have Loam. So those are powerful things. And if we can get Wasteland going, we've won the game, uh, pretty much. If we can start doing that, assuming they don't like if they start with Pithing Needle or Reclaim or something like that, then our plan falls pretty flat on its face. And this one in our starting hand, it's a one-off. It's been again in our starting hand. I think I'm mulliganing. I'm keeping this. I think it's reasonable. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to put a. I'm going to put this at the bottom just because it's not relevant immediately. I'm going to play a Bayou, I think. They've mulliganed to 5. Okay, so a good Wasteland here is probably a good enough thing to do. And a good Sorcerer Spyglass might even be good enough. Okay. I have to be super fast, which I'm incapable of, so um, um, yeah, I'm not sure where I got that, but hmm. Ooh, okay. Uh, no, I don't like that. I'm just going to go for Caracas as a catch-all thing, uh, and hope for the best here. Huh. Kozilek. Okay, they probably didn't have anything better there. Let's look at their cards. So they play a Thespian Sage. I'm just going to follow it up with just a Liliana tick up to start harassing them and start just eating away at all their stuff. The Force of Vigor, yeah, it can kill my things. Yeah, I can get rid of that. So they've used that. They have a Bajuka Bog in their hand, so I can play around that. If it's in their hand, they can't instantly fetch it. They don't have green mana, and they just play a Glimmer Post. So end of turn, they can copy their Cloud Post now. Okay, I think this is strong enough here. How about I go for try to play everything, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try to play everything. Get rid of some cards from the hand, take up Liliana, also get rid of more cards, and just go from there. I'll get rid of a Nurturing Peatland. I think that's fair. And then I tick up. So Glimmer Post is gone. Their Force of Vigor is still there. They can now play their Force of Vigor, which is fine. They get rid of a bunch of cards from our... That's fine also. Pithing Needle. Okay, they drew the Pithing Needle, right? That's a pretty good draw. But Liliana Ultimate is going to get there really fast. I don't think they have time to actually build to the mana that they need. Okay. No, I want to cancel that. Undo. Pay for life to keep in hand. Yeah, I think I'm drawing everything right. So I'm just hitting their. They don't have. I assume that they still don't have anything really good in their hand. I can always fetch and get a really nice. Well, now they can hit these two with Force of Vigor. Actually, I keep forgetting about Force of Vigor. But yeah, Force of Vigor is pretty good now. They should use it, would be my suggestion. Oh, they play Expedition Map. But they don't want to use it. This is some risky business stuff, but I'm thinking that a good old clock. I can't do Liliana. I can't play my Wasteland. I pass. So I've got a clock that's probably a 4-turn clock, right? They play Expedition Map. I'm going to get a Wasteland next turn and hope to hit whatever they're trying to do. They got a Thespian Stage, and they've just played a Forest. They only have 2 cards in hand. They got rid of Force of Vigor, so they have Green Sun. Um, um, okay. I guess we could go for a 12-12, right? Next turn. Oh no, we don't have enough cards. Okay. If they get their little creature, or whatever creature that is, so they have Kozilek in their hand, and they can get Elvish Reclaimer, right? Or something like that. They're copying that, so they want to cast something with double green. I'm just going to keep attacking. I should have probably just gone Sylvan Scrying for Dark Depths and played that and threatened a 2020 also. But I'm playing against the time, and I'm feeling a bit pretty bad here. Another forest. Okay. Dark Depths. I'm going to keep the one that will make me a 2020. I'm going to attack. Yeah, this is a bit confusing to me. But yeah, okay. We have 5 minutes to win the next game. We actually won this game in 5 minutes, probably less. No. Okay. So only 4 minutes left. Not ideal. I think this is reasonable. They don't have any enchantments, right? Duress is not actually bad. They seem to run crop rotations, a bunch of things, but I think I'm overall a lot. Am I faster? Actually, well, I'm not faster. I'm not faster than any deck. Let's put it that way. Okay. I need to do something about the slow play though. Yeah, I need to play a lot faster. So I managed to win that game relatively quickly, but let's see how this one goes. We have to make a decision extremely quickly. This is a mulligan. They did mulligan to 5 in the last game, right? So maybe that had something to do with it, now that I think about it. Let's mulligan this. Let's generally keep this. Yeah, let's put Karn at the bottom, and let's go. Okay. Let's play that. Play that. I did get rid of part of the combo, which is probably not a good idea when you have 4 minutes left, now that I think about it. Okay. Put on top. Oh no, I have to undo this. Pay for life to keep in hand. Put on top of library. Hit that, I'm guessing. Play that. Cast that. Play that. And play Chalice on one. Okay, we're going for the, we've locked them out now. We're going to try to wasteland them out soon. Hopefully they don't cast something really big here that kills us. Well, let's see how it goes. They can't cast Pithing Needle, they can't cast Crop Rotation, they can't cast Reclamation Sage, they can't cast all these things. We have a Wasteland. They don't have a way to protect them, and we will look at some new cards off of Sylvan and hope we get the best. play, hit that, fetch, get a Bayou, pass. Okay, they still have a lot of mana. Okay, I shouldn't have done it that way, but that's what we're doing now. So if they play something else, they can just play Ulamog or something like that and just, okay. Okay, Ulamog here or even a Ballista would be pretty bad. We have been hit pretty hardly with Ulamog. At least, yeah, I should have drawn, I guess, something off Sylvan Library. Maybe drawn more cards, but yeah, I wouldn't have escaped that. Maybe hitting the Cloud Post initially so that the Vesuva didn't come in, but they had a second Cloud Post, so that wouldn't have mattered that much. They eventually got there. I didn't find any way to recur, even though I looked at a few things. So, okay. They got us. I have to say they got us. Let's see what the last thing is. It could be a Smallpox and we lose. It could be a Liliana and we don't lose. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to look at the 20 cards. I don't want to see what my chances are. We're going to cast it. Well, and also say good game. Well, yeah, I feel like I might have made some mistakes there, especially taking so much time in the first game and kind of thinking over things. But yeah, it's one thing that controls and maybe still not being used to this. But well, let's see. Let's do a little roundup. We lost the first one to elves. I think that was pretty close. The main things that we got destroyed by were D&T and Maverick, and basically the card Skyclave Apparition. Thalia is good against us. Wasteland is actually good against us, even though we're the mana denial deck. Wasteland is actually really good against us. Coupled with Thalia and Port is actually decent against us. So I'm not sure what the solution to combating those decks are. It might be Massacre in the board. That's great against D&T. I don't think Dread is it Dread of Night, the one that gives -1/-1. I don't think that's good anymore. I do feel like the last match, I think it is in our favor. They're pretty slow. If we draw our Wastelands and our Abrupt Decays to counter their Pithing Needles, we also had Chalice there, so they probably drew exactly what they needed. But that being said, their deck is made that way. It's consistent. It's supposed to do that. And the only thing that we won was against Aloran, which they even got Aloran into play once, but kind of fizzled out after that once I put Trinisphere on the board. Overall not a great showing, I have to say. It's similar to the previous one, 1-4 again. But I think there's hope. I think the meta has opened quite a bit more. I'm not really liking my four drop Polychronos that much. I think that's the first to go. I'm not really liking Vampire Hexmage also. I know that's kind of the depths way, and that makes sense. We haven't faced any 4-mana Planeswalkers also. That probably means that. So I've had to play it as a pretty underwhelming creature, to be honest. And yeah, sometimes it gets us the combo, but it's not really that consistent or that good. In this deck, at least, you can't be that consistent. We can't actually get Dark Depths out of nowhere with the crop rotation. So maybe it's going back to the hardcore Pox way and putting in like, oh well, a big Pox would have been great there, or a Sinkhole would have been great. So those are kind of the Pox way of life. So maybe I've strayed too much from the righteous path, and I should be going back for that. But yeah, that's all I have for you this week, and I'll see you next week for another league. Thanks for watching.